That's all my weight. 225 pounds, give or take 20 pounds. That's all my weight on this thing, and it's holding strong. It is holding strong. I'm not holding on to anything. What is up, YouTube? How's everybody out there doing today? I hope you guys are having a fabulous freaking day. In our previous video, you experienced the beautiful rough country 3-inch lift on this awesome 2000 Chevy 2500 HD. One of the things that the customer wanted me to do on this truck, mainly because of the fact that he knew I was lifting it, he wanted that 3-inch lift on there from rough country. One of the things he told me, he's like, listen, he's like, you know, with it lifted up, it's probably gonna be a little bit harder for me to get in the truck, and I need some running boards or some Nerf bars to put on the truck to make it to where it's easier for me to, you know, get in the truck and I don't have to hop in the truck. You know, kind of like me and my big ass Duramax with its rough country 6-inch lift on it. I literally have to hop up in my truck, and this customer does not want to do that. So basically what it comes down to is we're gonna be installing some really awesome Nerf bars from Rough Country. Rough Country has some different setups here for different vehicles, but this is the one for the 2000, I think it's, hold on a minute, 88 to 06 Chevy GMC, all models. Now this is for the single cab 8-foot bed. So obviously if you have an extended cab, you're gonna need the different style Nerf bars than what you have here. But these are for the single cab 8-foot bed setup. It comes with all the hardware that you need, and I'll show you the part number for this particular item right there. There you go. Hopefully you can see that. If you can, good. If you can't, zoom in or something, I don't know. But yeah, these things are really, really nicely made. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed with how these things look. Like, I wasn't expecting, you know, the real thick metal and stuff like that. You know, you look at some of these bars out there and they're just really chintzy and they look like crap. I mean, well, maybe they don't look like crap, but they're not put together very well. They seem very weak and very, very thin metal, but these seem like they're very nicely done and put together. You can see how thick those flanges are right there. And basically this bumps up against the body. This is where our bolts go to hold it in place. But the powder coating's really, really nice on it. I've actually had them on the floor here already, moving them around, and hasn't scratched up the powder coat at all, which is very, very nice. But like I said, it comes with all your hardware and all that stuff. You are going to need a drill to drill out some holes in the flange of the truck there, which I'm gonna show you, but it's not that bad of a deal. Basically some hand tools and a drill and a drill bit, and you're on the road to some Nerf bars on your truck. So let's get everything lined up and let's get started. All right, so the very first thing I want to do here is I want to align and hold up these Nerf bars pretty much as close as I possibly can to the pinch weld under here. So if we crawl underneath the truck here, I'll show you what I mean. So, get the flashlight up in here. If you look at this thing, you can only go back so far until you hit the body here. I don't think we can go back here to this point, honestly. I think it has to be up here somewhere, to be honest. And as you can see, the front is over there. And as long as you have wheel clearance, that's really all that matters. That's the biggest thing. But you can see on this Chevy, on this single cab, you can only go back so far. Once you go back to that point, it's kind of a dead end, and you really cannot go any further than that, unfortunately. But it's still pretty good. And one thing I did do is, yeah, it looks kind of weird with that step being so far forward, but when you open the door and say you're getting in, for example, you're gonna be stepping right here anyways to hop up in the truck. So realistically, it is in the right location in my opinion, and it's not too far back, it's not too far forward, it's kind of just right, you know what I mean? Let's start this thing up and just make sure we do have enough of tire clearance, because these are 20s on 32s. So we're going to turn the tire all the way this way. And it looks like we have plenty of clearance there. Yeah, plenty of clearance. Definitely can put a much bigger tire on there and still have more than enough of clearance. And shut her off. But yeah, I think it's going to be the perfect location for these Nerf bars. We're going to go ahead and basically take a black marker, and we're going to go ahead and mark where these bolts are going to go into up in the flange, and then remove the bar back down again and drill them out, and then hopefully be able to bolt this bar up and test it out then. As you can see, we have some rust back here, and in these older vehicles you can expect that. So we are going to try to bolt this up. These two came out perfect. These are good to go. Basically that's where most of the weight's going to be anyways, but we're going to try to at least use one down here, and hopefully we can get this one to work properly as well. We don't know yet. I'm hoping the other side is not as bad with cancer as this side is, but I think it should hold steady. I mean, it's not as bad as my truck, but it's still pretty bad. So let's bolt this thing up and see what happens. All right guys, so I want to be completely transparent about these Nerf bars with you guys. That way, if you run into an issue with these, you're not going to get surprised or be like, oh no, what do I do, you know, blah blah blah. So obviously we got it on, and it is on. It's definitely on. I'm going to show you here in a minute that it's secure. I opted, okay, there's dirt out of here. I opted to use a longer bolt on this side, on the back. Obviously we could not get a bolt in there because there's too much rust, but we do have both the front bolts in. Show you underneath here. So as you can see, the way this is positioned and this little lip right here, I had to go with a longer bolt. So I got myself a longer bolt with a washer on both sides, tighten that down, and that is secure. Like, I'm tugging on this thing, you see? It ain't going anywhere, guys. A little rust hanging down on me. Obviously I was able to use both the bolts for the front of this kit with no problem. They worked out very, very well. But of course, as you know, I can't use this one in the front of the back one because of there's just too much rust, and there's no place to drill through. Every time I try to drill through, it just creates a bigger hole and more rust drops down. So that's impossible. So just as transparency, guys, just so you know, older vehicles, you're going to run into issues like these. Unless you have a 100% perfect 2000 Chevy that has no rust whatsoever, or for example, brand new rockers and cab corners and stuff that you recently installed, you're going to run into issues here. The main point of this is to show you, even the way it's set up now, it's still a good setup and it's still going to hold my weight. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the camera on the car here, and I'm going to step on it. Now I weigh 225, I think is what I weigh. Hopefully this doesn't rip out of the rockers at all with my big old boy on it, but we're gonna see here, guys. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna open the door, and I'm gonna step on this thing with all my weight, all of my weight. Take the key out so it stops beeping. All right, here we go. That's all my weight. 225 pounds, give or take 20 pounds. That's all my weight on this thing, and it's holding strong. It is holding strong. I'm not holding on to anything. So, you can definitely tell it works. You can definitely tell it's a secure setup. Even missing one bolt in the back and only being pushed up against the pinch weld, it is a good freaking product, guys. So this is a testament to just how awesome these Nerf bars, I can't even say it. These Nerf bars are. Let's see what it's like to step in with the way the position is right there. Go up and in. Now getting out might be a little tricky, but once you get used to where those bars are, it shouldn't be a problem at all getting in or out of this truck. Let's get the passenger side all done and wrapped up. We'll show you what the final product looks like installed on the truck, both sides. All right, guys, as you can see, we have the passenger side all drilled out. 2 nice holes there, 2 nice holes there. And the beautiful part is this is not rusted. So we'll be able to put all 4 bolts in. All right, guys, passenger side is on and looking sweet. I got to tell you, these Nerf bars are freaking amazing. And luckily with this side, I was able to put all 4 bolts in, which means this is going to be even stronger than the other side, even though the other side was pretty strong anyway, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest. But yes, sir, look at that. They do look good, and it definitely offsets the black wheels really nicely with these Nerf bars, and it definitely complements the 3-inch lift kit that's on here as well. Yeah, so I'm pretty freaking stoked, pretty freaking happy. Little better view outside here, a little bit more light outside and stuff. So yeah, she is looking good, guys. Man, she's looking good. Lift kit looks good, installed on the previous video, and the new Nerf bars on this thing look great as well. If you're wondering why there's blue tape all over this truck, or blue cloth all over his truck, it's basically a company truck for a guy, and I don't want him getting blasted all over with his phone number and stuff. You guys got to understand, just like I explained in the previous video, this guy does not need a whole bunch of publicity to getting random phone calls just like what I get throughout the day, asking questions that have nothing to do with what I do for a living. So there it is, guys. Check that out. Freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. God, I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Well, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. Just a very simple, quick install of those Nerf bars. If you're interested in those rough country Nerf bars for your Chevy, Dodge, I think they make them for Ford, a whole bunch of different vehicles, go check out the first link in the description below and see what they have for you guys. But very awesome product, went together very well. Probably literally took me maybe tops a half an hour to install, and that was with video recording as well, the process. But maybe an hour to video record and to install the product, probably about an hour worth of work. So if you're not recording, obviously it'll take about a half an hour, 40 minutes to drill those holes and bolt that thing up. Literally a half an hour job at the very most. Very, very easy install. But other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, Instagram, Diablo Formula Racing, and deuces, guys.